Terry's coming on.
Oh, is Terry coming in now? All right.
Yeah, he's here.
Oh. We'll wait for him to get in and we can start it, okay?
Good afternoon, everybody.
There you are.
Hi.
Jeff, you want to run the meeting or you want me to?
No, you got it. And FYI for everyone, I'm expecting an important phone call I got to take, so I might have to sign off if it comes in, okay?
Okay.
All right.
If you hear noise in the background, we have contractors working on our house. Sorry.
Oh,
Okay, shall we call the meeting to order? Anybody want to address this group? Zara? We okay?
I think we're good.
We're good? Okay, how about approval of the minutes? Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second,
All in favor?
in
Aye.
favor. Aye.
Dr. Chong will not be on the call today, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. Seraphin, I'm going to turn the meeting over to you. Is that okay?
Sure. Sure. So
Okay.
we have one action item on the agenda, and that is for the foundation presentation on naming opportunities for the SRJC Petaluma, Sean Farm, and the Construction Trade Center. So then we can turn it over to Jay Molyneux.
Okay. Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you, Seraphin. Good afternoon, everyone. So Brianne Basita is going to be assisting me today. She's going to share her screen, and we just have a very brief PowerPoint to share with you today. We're happy to be back. We just have a couple of venues we wanted to update you on. Now that we've started to go back to some of these spaces like Petaluma and Schoen Farm, we can see in person that we may have forgotten a few naming opportunities. So we wanted to add them to the list. And of course, we're bringing the Construction Trade Center to you for the first time. We met recently with Catherine Williams and Matthew Long. So that project is beginning to move forward. So we need to present the naming opportunities to you today. So Brianne, can you advance it to the next slide, please? So this is a slide that you've seen many times now. It's just an overview of how we determine the location size and the use of the space. It kind of determines the price tag we put on the naming. But we've also been doing this for quite a while now. So we just make sure that the namings are comparable to other spaces. We have lots of classrooms and laboratories, for instance, and all of these projects. So we've been pricing all of these things at a very similar level. And then just a reminder that all of the money raised through the namings will typically be going into endowments to build program support for all the great projects that are being supported by these facilities. All right, the next slide, please. So the first group of naming, so I went back to campus with Matthew Long recently and actually walked through some of the spaces. And we realized that, for instance, the Welcome Center, there's a gaming room inside, there's a conference room there, there's a cyber center. They would all be great naming opportunities. So we wanted to add them to the list. In addition to the inside the building, so the building itself is still would be available for a trustee naming. We're not naming the building, but we're naming the spaces within the building. And the main part of that building is this, what we're calling the Engagement and Success Hub, where a lot of student activities will take place. A lot of counseling will happen there, but it's a big space in the building. We thought that would be a great opportunity for naming itself within whatever the student center will be called, ultimately named after a trustee. I have put down below, this is kind of anomaly. We brought forward to you previously the Intercultural Center for the Petaluma campus, but we didn't bring forward the Intercultural Center for the Santa Rosa campus. And we have people who have started to ask about funding diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. So we wanted to make sure this one was on the list. So we wanted to add it today. It's priced at the same amount that the Petaluma Center was offered at. It's in red today because it was not part of the list that you saw in advance. So I'm not sure, Zara, whether we can vote on it today. It wasn't part of the original list.
That's okay. The subject line hasn't changed for the agenda item, so we can still
Okay.
vote.
All right, I just wanted to call that out. And then the next slide, please. Are there any questions about that before I move ahead? Okay, perfect.
No,
Next
that's fine.
slide. So Schoen Farm, the same thing. I've been out there now a couple of times. Obviously, there's been, I've been able to see the changes happening there now. The LARC temps are out there, which provide a lot of classroom space. So previously we brought to you naming of the greenhouse, the Sustainable Agriculture Center, which will be named very soon after Alvin Hansen. But we left out all this other stuff and we're bringing it forward to you today. The tasting room has been talked about for a while. We realized the other day that we didn't bring it to this committee for formal approval. We do have a specific donor in mind for that project, so we wanted to make sure that we covered our bases by having it approved by you. The Student Learning Center quad, I'll show you a map in just a minute, you'll see these spaces, but the plant
Hey,
nursery.
Jay,
Yes,
isn't the tasting room, I thought it was John and Terry Boletto tasting room.
Mhm.
yes, that John and Terry will be the donors, but we realized we were talking about it the other day, but we never brought it to this committee to approve the tasting room naming.
Oh, I mean, yeah, okay. I thought that was done like 2-3 years ago, quite honestly.
No one recalled that. So I said, well, let's bring it forward just to make sure.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right. And then we have some department offices. There are a couple of labs and a classroom. And again, I was out there on Friday again, and Benjamin Goldstein recommended the crush pad and winemaking lab, which is an outdoor space, obviously. We've priced it at $25,000, which is very similar to some of the outdoor labs that you'll see a minute with the Construction Trade Center, but it's in red because it wasn't a part of the original list that you saw before this meeting.
So
All right.
Jay, can you just further help me understand something? You said that when they donate like $100,000 to name the tasting room, it will go to an endowment. And
Yes.
does that endowment really go to all of Schoen Farm or just to the tasting room?
No, it goes to all of Schoen. It goes to the Ag and Natural Resources Program.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, next slide, please, which is really just the map of Schoen Farm. The map on the right-hand side, you'll see all the spaces in yellow are the new spaces. At the top right-hand corner, it's the new Sustainable Ag Center, which was already approved. The greenhouse is there, but the plant nursery is the one addition in that area. And then the bottom left-hand corner is where all those classrooms are in the offices. Those are all being added, as well as what we're calling the quad, which is the space between all the buildings, the outdoor space where students will gather and they'll just, it'll be a nice outdoor outside space that'll be landscaped by our landscaping, our environmental horticulture program. Okay, next slide, which is the Construction Trade Center. I'll have an image for you, the next slide. But so we're also proposing that you'll see in a minute, we're not treating this new space as a building necessarily. It's a kind of it's a modular building. To us, it seems similar to the Sustainable Agriculture Center. It's a center, it's not necessarily a building, even though it is a building. But we wanted to name it if we could, because we think there'll be a lot of corporate support, interest in particular. So we wanted to name that, and we priced the Sustainable Agriculture Center at $500,000. And then within the building, there's, lecture rooms, water labs, and so forth. And then there's a couple of outdoor labs. There's two. There's a solar training, and then the construction training outdoor lab, which you can see on the next slide. So here's the building itself. And then within it, you see, the water lab, the solar lab, basically anything that's a lab is priced at $25,000. Classrooms are typically 10 or 15, depending on the size of the classroom. So we've priced these spaces accordingly. But the big issue is the naming of the construction center itself. And I think that's really all that I have today. Yeah.
So this is an action item on the agenda. So we are asking for the BFC to make a motion, and they would move it to the board agenda next Tuesday.
I hear a motion.
So move that we accept the naming opportunities for the Petaluma Campus, Stone Farm, and Construction Trade Center, or however it should read.
And a second. Where'd Jeff go?
Did he have to go to his phone call?
I'm sorry. I had muted. Yeah, I second.
Thanks, Jeff. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Mine.
Aye. Oppose? Motion carries. Congratulations. Thanks,
Thank
Jay.
you very
Appreciate it.
much. Thank you so much.
Okay, Seraphin,
Yes.
you want to keep up to date?
Yes, we'll go into the capital project updates. Let me see. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let me see if I can get it in. Okay, here we go. All right, so we'll start with the updates on purchasing. So there's currently one project out to bid. This is the Bertolini Student Health Services Tenant Improvement Project. It's estimated at $480,000. And those bids are due on May 26th. Also, agenda for next week. We're asking for your approval of the Lunabis Mechanical Improvements Project. We received 5 bids, with the low bidder being Gecko Inc. at $485,500. There were these 3 bids on your screen were approved last week, so they've been executed by the purchasing department. We have the district annual training ammunition supplies that went to Dooley Enterprises. The list of pre-approved architects was also approved. That notification went out to the 31 architectural firms. And then the Hawley and Associates contract was executed for the Garcia Hall alterations. And there are a couple of projects that are in progress for solicitation preparation. Next up is the IT department with their updates. Kevin Snyder.
So Seraphin, before we move on, can I ask a question about the ammunition? Because I think we're going to get asked questions about that. Could you just tell me what kind of ammunition it was? And how often we purchase ammunition? I want to be prepared to field questions if I get them independently.
Okay, I am going to ask a friend for help on this one.
Okay.
I can help you. I can help you with that.
Yeah,
Actually,
thank Kate.
yeah. Hi, everyone. This one may end up getting pulled. So this is for the Public Safety Training Center. We actually have to order about 3 years in advance of getting the ammo. And so we've always got 2 of them going at the same time, but this is for all of the training up at Public Safety. So it's different types of ammo for the different types of training guns that they have. I'm not even sure what all it is. I could look it up, but I do believe that it will likely get pulled and go in August, just because of the current situation.
Oh, okay, that's good to know. I just, I was sort of preparing myself for questions and wanted to know what the answers were. Okay, thanks.
And if I'm not mistaken, I mean, we vote that every year. I think it's about this time of
Right.
year, once a year. Is that correct, Kate?
That is, yeah.
But this would be for 3 years down the road or 2 years down the road.
Yeah, because we get partials, and so especially when there's a war going, because war gets the top ammo in the
Right.
country, and then it goes to police agencies, and then it goes to educational facilities. So we're third in line
Got it.
for it, and so it just takes a while to get to us.
Okay, all right. Thanks for the heads up.
Okay, any other questions on the purchasing update? All right, so we'll move on to IT.
Alrighty, the IT department recently purchased a product called Know Before. Basically, the idea is to help us with our security awareness. As you probably already know, the #1 vector of attack that the bad guys are trying to use to get to our information is through phishing emails. So this product is luckily not too expensive and also the industry leader, and will help us a lot with our security awareness. Our single sign-on migration from Shibboleth to Portal Guard is almost done. I think it's 18 out of 19. I want to give a shout out to our guy, Bill Waggy, on our team, who's done an amazing job of getting this stuff done. We're finally, when I first got here, one of the big things that I really wanted us to get was multi-factor authentication. It means that even if someone gets your username and password, if you have multi-factor authentication, they need a third thing, often a fob or a phone, something physical. So I've been really eager to get this up and running. We're in pilot now. We've actually got it running with a small group for people trying to log in via VPN. It's working great. I'm very excited about it, and we're going to be expanding that shortly. We got a really cool new video going of the pool. Hopefully everyone has seen some video of the pool construction, and so that worked out really well. We're still working to integrate the new data center fire suppression that's coming. We've had some hiccups and it keeps lurching forward, but we're pushing hard. We're going to get that done. And finally, the design's finalized for the open computer lab in the Doyle Library on the 2nd floor. And that completes my unusually brevity-laden report. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. So now on with the capital projects updates. We're going to kick off with our Public Safety Training Center expansion project. We have a presentation by one of our architects today, so I'll turn it over to our project manager, Paul Wilhite.
Hi, good afternoon. I wanted to welcome you to the Public Safety Training Center expansion program. We're here today to talk about the CEQA process, which has been completed, and we are moving forward with that in mind. So if you look below, you'll see the budget will be provided by the state. So it's a state-funded project that's 4.975 with the balance coming from Measure H. Your total will be that amount that's listed below. That would be a major milestone in moving forward to the expansion project. And with that being said, I'd like to introduce the firm of PBK WLC, who has worked on the project with our stakeholders over the last few months. And we really like that they have worked together. They've worked to build a consensus to be efficient and reliable in their selections of materials. So we really appreciate it. And I'd like for Lauren to kind of show his development. Schematics. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. My name is Lauren Gatchin. I'm principal here at PBK WLC. And again, I'm privileged to be the architectural firm that's doing the new building expansion for the Public Safety Training Center here in Windsor. And wanted to show you the updates on our current schematic design and give you a grand tour of what we've been up to. As Paul mentioned, it's been a great collaboration process with the stakeholders, site committee, Josh Adams and Tim Bell and Sharice Arnold and Lenny Brown and Ken. They've all been great. And it's been a great process to hear their thoughts and their wants and needs. And let me show you what we've been doing. So here we have the first floor plan of the building. And the main thing that came out of the input from the committee is that they wanted to have a flexible, multi-use classroom setup. So you can see here we have two very large multi-use classrooms. But to add even more flexibility, one added feature that we've added is in the center, you'll see a folding wall. And what that allows the classroom to do is to expand into a very large space. So that's one thing that was definitely identified as a need, was to have that great flexibility. The other thing you'll see here is the teaching wall. We've oriented the teaching wall to where, again, it's a very nice, generous teaching wall with 2 monitors on each side. We have a central roll-up door that was asked for so that there would be easy access in and out of the classroom from the ground floor. And that's a feature that we've added. And the other item that was that we received input on was to make sure that there was good natural lighting. So you'll see on the north side of the building, which is the upper part as you're viewing it, you'll see a lot of generous windows there to accomplish the good natural lighting on the north side. As far as the rest of the building, you'll see here on the right-hand side that we have a radio dispatch room that was identified as a training opportunity for the cadets. And so we've identified that. The other item that we've introduced is on the south side, we've provided a very wide or deep corridor so that since it is south-facing, that there wouldn't be any, it would create a good sunshade for direct sun that would be coming towards that building. So that's another feature that we've added. And if we go to the next slide, I'll show you the second floor. So the committee was desired to have the same setup on the second floor with the classrooms. And so we have the identical features that we just discussed on the first floor. And you'll also see that there's no shortage of storage. That was another aspect that was asked for, was to make sure there was ample storage. So we definitely have incorporated that into the floor plan. Elsewhere on the building, there was a desire for an office. So we've introduced an office and also a meeting room. And that pretty much makes up the floor plan aspects of this building. If we go on to the next slide. So here's the south-facing elevation. And here again, you'll see that we applied what I refer to as contextual design, where we're acknowledging the architecture of the campus and the other buildings, and we complemented the other buildings with the same materials as far as the stucco on the walls, the same color palette, so that it's an integral part of the campus. We have nice railing that you see there, which is a nice feature. The roof, it's a standing seam metal roof, which is the same throughout for most of the campus. And then also you'll see that the windows are raised so that there's no security problems as far as break-ins or whatnot. So with that too is something that we've incorporated into the design. You'll see also here the roll-up door that I mentioned earlier on the first floor. That's a nice feature to allow for easy access in and out of the classrooms. Okay, go to the next slide, please. So this is on the north side. So here again, you'll see that we've introduced windows for the classrooms themselves. so that there's definitely natural lighting that comes in. Okay, next slide. One more. One back, please. Okay, looks like well, this is a street view, so it looks like we're having some technical difficulties in this shot. So we'll go on to the last view. Oh, there we go. So again, this shows you the contextual design in relationship to the adjacent existing building, the same color palette, the same finishes, the same roofs. So again, it blends in well with the existing campus. And the final slide. Here's a nice aerial view again of the campus and where the actual building will be located, and just to kind of show how it all orients with the entire campus. And that is my presentation.
Are there any questions from the board members on the design or presentation?
I have a question. It's not really about design. I think it's great, looks great. What my question is, and this could be very well my fault for missing something, but you know, when we got the proposed Measure H spending plan, which I always keep handy, it's our new construction were for, you know, Burbank, Lindley, and Jeff Kunde. This isn't, oh, you know what I'm gonna say, right? You're smiling, Sarah.
Yes, yes.
You know, okay, so no, it's fine. I just need clarification because it was under modernization. Did not understand this was going to be a new building, not opposed to a new building if it's within the budgetary framework. But I didn't know it was going to be a new building. Did I miss something?
No, you didn't. I think that what's been transpiring over the last few years, you know, number one, we submitted an application to the state for matching funds. And so we felt that it was a long shot, right? That we would get funded for the project. So between that and then the labeling on the actual spending plan report, we were either going to do renovations if we didn't get the funding from the state.
Okay.
We did receive the funding from the state. We proceeded ahead with the construction of the new building to use those funds. So it's just a mislabeling right now on the spending plan, which we'll revise at the next round.
Okay. So this is good news. I mean, you got the matching funds. That's good. That's great news.
Yes, it is. And yeah. So it's the and typically with the state funded projects, we have very little wiggle room to change what was submitted. So one of the main purposes for the presentation today is to show you as a board that the design is meeting the criteria which was submitted with the application, which it does, and that's something that we've been keeping an eye on during this initial part of the design phase. So with the CEQA process being completed, and it'll be on your agenda next week for you to adopt the notice of exemption for the project. And then if there are no questions about the current design or layout that's being proposed, we will proceed to submit the project to the state as required. It's our first submittal during the design phase, which we'll submit after next board's meeting. And at that point, the state makes reviews the project to make sure that we're in compliance with our original application.
Got it. So we had originally budgeted about $11 million for this. So they're going to match us the 11 million?
No, the state funds are $4.9 million.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're looking at the overall, the $11 million is the overall PSDC allocation. So it's less for the particular project.
Oh, right, because it includes modules and upgrades. Okay, terrific. Okay, well, that's fairly exciting, actually. That's not a bad thing. Just wanted to understand once again.
Definitely, I love your. Thank you. I'm sure everybody's.
Thanks for saying you love it, Sarah Fan.
Any other questions? Okay, and I'm sure we got homework for Jay and his crew for the next learning opportunities on this project. So we'll continue with the project update. So we'll stay with Paul, go over to Sean Farm. Paul? We might have lost Paul. So I'll give a quick, there you are.
Are we there?
Yes, I hear you now.
I'm sorry. Yes. So exterior coordination and interior coordination is underway at the site. As you see, the portables are almost located in their permanent locations, and we are moving forward. So yes, interior and exterior coordination is underway. Next will be underground utilities in the next few days.
Thank you. Scott?
Just following up, you've been seeing this for several months. We're continuing at the barn improvements. The roof was completed last month. The exterior painting completed. The interior corral improvements are ongoing. And on the produce processing center, the building had been delayed, but arrived last Thursday, and they've already got part of it up. So that's moving along well.
Okay, we'll stay with Scott, moving over to the Santa Rosa campus.
Central plant project. The non-potable water tank is the foundation on the right lower picture. That was placed last Thursday. And that's for a storage tank that will reclaim water that we were dumping into the storm drains for years. And that'll now be used for irrigation and restroom fixture flushing. We're also working on the underground plumbing for the central plant itself. And the fire sprinklers are ongoing in the gymnasium, excuse me, the pool, indoor pool, and the locker rooms. The Emeritus Circle improvements are largely complete. Sidewalks are complete, landscaping complete. The only thing we're missing right now are handrails on the ADA ramp that you can see on the left. And as soon as that's in, we'll have the notice of completion to you, hopefully next month. This is a new project that you'll be asked to approve at the board meeting. This is adding air conditioning to the machine shop and the auto shop. Also in Lunabus, we are improving the welding shop through a grant, putting in new welding booths and exhaust ducting, and repainting and freshening up the space. And similarly in the auto shop, we're updating through a strong workforce grant, new car lifts. There will be 6 new lifts to replace the above ground lifts. These will be in ground, and we're getting 2 new 4-post above ground lifts. So they will have a total of 10, 8 of them will be new.
All right, thank you, Scott. We'll move on to Heather.
Good afternoon, everyone. You can see this aerial photo of the new fence posts and curbs that are going in around the baseball field. We're completing those this week and moving on to softball, doing the same thing. And then you can also see the work they did over at the soccer field. They lime treated it last week because we were having soil pumping issues, and we needed to solve that. And then over at the field house south of Bailey Field, they are forming the curbs and getting ready to put in rebar for the slab, and they'll pour the slab before the end of the month. We've also, I don't have a photo of it, but we're also working on the stadium footings at Bailey Field as well. For the new outdoor pool, you can see the photo there. The pool is almost completely excavated. And we're also working on the pool support building. We dug for footings and we're getting ready to place rebar there. And then for Towser, design development is complete. I expect to get the design development estimate by next week. We're still waiting on the state. We followed up with the state and are waiting to hear back so that we can hopefully start later this month on the working drawings and submit to DSA in August.
Thank you, Heather. Amy.
Yes, good afternoon. The campus-wide security project is, the final design has been completed. We've received DSA approval for the Windsor and Petaluma campuses. Santa Rosa campus is in DSA review now. The contractor, the design build contractor, is working to finalize the GMP. And once we get DSA approval, we'll present that immediately for approval. And the project is scheduled for completion in May 2022. The Baker Hall renovation is in full force. The hazardous abatement and air testing have been completed. They're currently, all the demolition is done. They are in plumbing and electrical rough-in. And I'm working on off a 9-month time frame for schedule of completion. You can see some of the renderings of the animal shapes that we're going to be installing, and also new canopies to protect the new doors. The Pioneer Hall, the ICC tenant improvement is complete except for one small change order that needs to be done. It has all new floors, new carpet in the offices, new ceiling, new LED lighting. And the space really popped when we finished it, and the users are very happy with it. And I hope to file the NOC for the June board approval. Bertolini Student Health Services, it's a consolidation from Race and Plover Halls to Bertolini 3rd floor, which is currently the CalWorks space. The renovation itself will include minor demo to the reception area and ceilings, and addition of 2 health services office, and just a face paint and upgrade. We have DSA approval. The project is going to be bidding May 25th. We're in process of relocating the 2nd and 3rd floors. And I have tentative board approval set for June with a 6-month time frame for construction. 707 Elliott Foundation, we are very close to getting CGS sign off. We already have DSA approval. I have the demolition of the existing building scheduled for May 10th. We will immediately go into purchasing for bidding of this project once we secure CGS approval. And I have a tentative start date of mid-July 2021 with a 11-month construction period.
Thank you, Amy. Back to Paul. Garcia Hall.
Garcia Hall has made it through the process of purchasing, and the project was awarded to Holly Associates. And the project mobilization will begin in about 2 weeks. And we have other projects underway as well within that building. And we hope to have the building completed approximately January, February of 2022. We also have a roofing project that's been awarded, and the project mobilization will begin in mid-May. And we've also worked with the architectural firm Sigmura Finney Associates, and they have done the drawings, the construction drawings, and they completed the process, and we are now under construction. So come a long way. It's a great milestone to be here.
Thank you, Paul. And finally, Lindley Center, Angela.
Good afternoon, everyone. Pleased to present our progress in the underground improvements. We had previous to this current period where we have our vibratory stone columns built on site. We had a preparation on site of the land, removing unforeseen items, underground pipes, and all kind of stabilization to have a consistent pad that support 220 pounds of this mast drill ring that is by vibration building these columns separate 4 to 8 feet apart, one to each other, and the length underground is 40 feet. So this is a very intense and interesting also process of stabilization of our ground. The entire building pad is stabilized with this process. We're having a lot of different events where the mast was broken, but gladly the team is moving really in good peace. And the construction of this process and the amount of columns is estimated to complete by June 2021st, and then we will move with the next phase. Next slide. Well, we can see here also the alternate one. We are moving with the construction of phase 1 of alternate 1. Alternate 1 is an improvement of a Scholars Lane, and we divide this into phases for convenience of construction process and convenience of in coordination with other projects around us. We are moving with abatement. We have to remove asbestos and lead minimum amounts, but they were found in the concrete, in the paintings, and we are the best in moving in the process with safety for the process of construction. And that's all for now.
Thank you, Angela. Finally, we have 5 items on the board agenda for you to approve next week. We mentioned the Lunabis Mechanical Improvement Project, the construction contract to Gecko Inc. We have change order number 2 for the ICC. This is a final change order that will bring us to a total change order percentage of just a little bit over 8%. We have an amendment to the designer for the Baker Hall lab renovation. This is amendment 1 at $19,000. And that's primarily to address issues that DSA brought up. And then at the Petaluma Student Life Project, this is a final change order number 16 for Midstate Construction. And that will bring us to the 9.93% of total change orders of the project. And then the Public Safety Training Center expansion, CEQA notice of exemption, also for your approval. And that concludes my report, unless you have any questions for us.
Thank you, Seraphin, and your team. Is there any questions from anybody?
No, it's good. It's a great report. You guys really have shown us everything. That was awesome. A lot of work going on.
Okay, I think that concludes our meeting, unless somebody wants to address the group. All right, enjoy your afternoon, and thanks for all the updates. Take care.
Thank you. Have a great day.